In this video, revealing how to make money online with data entry and how complete beginners earning $1,000 a month to $3,000 a month with no experience from anywhere in the world. More of that after the intro. Hey guys, how's it going? Mike Vestil here. Welcome to this video. Before we actually begin, I remind you that total spots have opened up for this week's free workshop, where it's the fastest and easiest way to make money online. Sign up for it in the link below. We literally have a 62-year-old grandmother go from zero to $160,000 profit in 90 days, so check it out now. So I think at the end of the day, people really don't necessarily care much about the money, but more so about what the money could do for it. For example, freedom, right? The ability to not work for a boss that doesn't actually treat you what you're worth or doesn't value your time. To be able to go ahead and get up and leave and travel, or go to a place that's maybe cheaper, like for example, Asia or South America or Europe, where you could just like live a good, simple life with your family. Or maybe you just want to go out and travel and experience life, and you don't want to be stuck at a job or at a cubicle with some boss micromanaging you and breathing down your neck. And when you go ahead and want that life, many people kind of get overwhelmed because they're like, well, don't you have to be a business owner to go ahead and do this? Don't you have to go ahead and make a lot of money online? Don't you have to become a multi-millionaire to go ahead and live this life? And I can tell you this, right? I've been based in Asia for the past several years, maybe 4, 5, 6 years already at this point, right? And I can tell you the people that I've seen, right, and the lives that they've lived of having something as simple as like a data entry job is just truly phenomenal. Like, I know people here that I meet them in cafes, right? It's not just people that I'll interview on my podcast, right? Like all these people that I met here in Bali, like this 11-year-old girl that turned on $30 million, or this guy that makes $1 million from profit. But some of the people with families, right, that are traveling around the world have something as simple as data entry jobs where they already work with businesses and entrepreneurs and companies to help put their data out there onto the interwebs. Does that make sense? And this is like the biggest thing, right? You know, if you get it to the point where you're making $1,000 a month or $3,000 a month, right? It doesn't seem like a lot in the Western world, but when you find a way to work remotely, which this could be one of like that first, you know, little baby step to start essentially being more nomadic and more remotely, you know, the amount of time that you win back is just priceless, right? And when you have that time, you could then use that to start thinking, well, what are the other opportunities that I can go ahead and do? That was like my essential goal when I was first getting started. I didn't care about making millions. I just thought if I could just find a way to make $1,000 a month and work remotely, I would not only find a way to win back my time, but I would actually live a life that I would want to instead of a life that I had to live based off of society, my friends, my teachers, my coworkers, right? And like I said, data entry is a really good position to get started in. Well, essentially this, many businesses and companies are now moving online, right? Many businesses and many companies are moving online. And what essentially you would have to do, like in an office, right? Where you think about it, you have to wake up early, go through rush hour, go into your office and like do data entry. Now, people are starting to be able to do this at home. Now people are able to do this from anywhere in the world, right? I have some data entry people that go ahead and like do data entry for me that I essentially pay, and they're able to go ahead and travel with their boyfriends and just like live the life that they essentially want. Does that make sense, right? So what are some data entry jobs? One of them is very simple. It's like transcriptionists, or people that just take the content that I already make in video form and turn it into text. Why is that? Because as you can see, I run a blog, right? And this blog is what I use. This is kind of like my end-all be-all goal to literally build my business. And this blog requires a lot of writing, right? But some of the times I like turning some of my YouTube videos into blog articles so I can rank on Google, right? So I would literally need a transcriptionist to watch and listen to my podcasts of, you know, like this 11-year-old girl that turned on $30 million, or this guy that makes $1 million from profit. And their data entry would essentially be consuming that content and writing down the words essentially that I say in terms of text. So think about it, that's a pretty interesting data entry form, because you get to like learn and hear from interesting people that are able to work remotely and live anywhere in the world, especially here in like Asia, right? And how they were able to do this with like family members and doing all these interesting things, right? And you just transcribe it into text form. Now that is a very, very simple transcription job that literally anybody can do. Very simple data entry job that anybody can do, because all you're doing is listening and then you're typing. You're listening, you're typing. It doesn't take any skills whatsoever. So you're probably wondering, where would I go ahead and find these jobs? Well, one way that you can simply find them is freelance transcription from Scribby.com. And check this out. You could earn up to $5 to $20 per audio hour, and we provide automated transcripts to save you about 60% of the typing effort. Literally, you could go ahead and get signed up for this and then already get started. And look at this. What is transcription? Listen. Required skills are listening abilities and good comprehension of English. That's it. Correct. apply contacts, identify mistakes, and correct the automated script, and get paid $5 to $20 per audio hour, and you get paid directly into your verified PayPal account. And how much can you earn per month? Check this out. Beginners can earn $400 a month, intermediate $800 a month, advanced $1,600 a month. And like I said, when I lived in Thailand, right, I think I spent less than $1,000 a month, right? So you can see exactly what is needed. Good English, ability to interpret conversations, right? Ability to apply contacts and identify mistakes, laptop and desktop computer internet connection, headphone and headset, right? And they also have like a transcription guide. A second job that you can go ahead and do is just Amazon Mechanical Turk. Again, Amazon is a very, very, very popular company. And what they essentially do is they find people like you and I to go ahead and do these little jobs of data entry so that any company anywhere in the world could go ahead and access your time and your skill set as well as your attention to go ahead and do something similar as Kirby could do. And again, you could go ahead and sign up for free with this. And the benefits of this is it's well suited to take on simple and repetitive tasks like transcription, like data entry, like all of these things. Increase flexibility, right? So you can do this from anywhere in the world, and reduce costs for the business owner. And essentially that is exactly what it is, right? Requesters to have tasks they need to complete, data entry wise. Here is the marketplace, and workers want to earn money and work on interesting tasks, right? So this is just exactly another one. Another one that you could go to is Rev.com. Now, Rev.com is a very simple way because you could create a flexible work schedule. Freelance jobs allow you to work as much or as little as possible, right? You could do this from variety projects that actually interest you, right? So depending on if you like listening to podcasts, maybe they have that, or if you like, a certain niche, maybe you could listen to more of those things. And you get paid weekly. And it's on time and dependable, so you don't have to worry about chasing down clients. You can see you get about $1 per audio video minute and $1 per audio video minute there. And a lot of these people can earn anywhere from like, $1,000 a month, right? So you could go ahead and combine these jobs all together. Another one that you go ahead and do is Go Transcript, which again, they have a global team of professional transcriptionists, and you could go ahead and, for example, join, and they pay competitive rates for their transcription jobs, right? So you could see 60 cents per audio minute, $150 average earnings per month. Top monthly earning is $1,200. Again, you could combine all of these together to see which job is good for you in terms of data entry to make money online. And another one is, for example, flex jobs. Check this out, flex jobs, there's a lot of these data entry jobs, anywhere from, for example, customer service representation to direct appointment and contracting to appointing, sending for sales calls. And many of these things are remote. You could do this from anywhere in the world, 100% remote job. And the coolest thing about this is, like I said, the fact that you could do this from anywhere in the world, transcriptionists, work from anywhere and make $10 an hour is so big because, like I said, the biggest goal is to just work remotely so that you can free up your time. Many of the times, there's certain jobs that you could just be performance-based, so you don't even have to trade your time for money anymore. And the moment you start winning back your time, you start getting more bandwidth in your brain to start taking on bigger, more exciting projects. And like I said, just doing simple things of winning back my time, getting it to the point where I was making $1,000 a month, to then have more free time to then think of bigger businesses and ideas to make money on. That's exactly how I started leveling up my life to the point where I was able to start making multiple streams of passive income online and literally start traveling around the world with my ukulele. And of course, if you want the fastest and easiest way to make money online, we literally have people in our community, people like Dina, stay-at-home mom at age 47 years old, go from 0 to 30 grand a month in 5 to 8 weeks. Then make sure you sign up for this week's free workshop below. Check out this video and this podcast right here, and I'll see you guys later. Woo!